Alright, what is going on, guys? It's HyperFirez here, and today I'm bringing another replay analysis video. Um, Again, I got permission, and this is going to be a GC gameplay. Right here, it's in threes and pretty long OT, but they end up losing by one. So, okay. They cheated off kickoff. Couldn't quite get the cheat. Good patience as third man. Kind of a unfortunate touch, but nothing too major. Alright, so right here, realize that this guy is going to be trying to bump you as soon as he recovers. So what you should be trying to do is trying to get around him and still maintain your. You should also be pushing up to near post at this point because this teammate right here, he's starting to rotate back. And you can see right here, if your teammate plays the ball out, then if he gets 50 and it goes up the wall, then you can follow it up the wall. So your teammate actually cut you off right there, and that's because you did get bumped. Alright, so backing up again. That's definitely something worth jumping for. You can never really be too uncertain about something. So if anything, if you feel like something's on, definitely jump for it. Even though you didn't get a hit, that was still fun. Alright, so here, you're kind of out of position. Ball ends up getting played that way. You should be the very next person going for this ball. You should be trying to pressure this immediately as soon as you see that it's going out that way. Especially when you see this guy, all he's going to do is try to bump you. So you want to avoid him. At the same time, you can see this guy, he's heading back to his net. So he's really not able to effectively challenge the ball. Both your teammates were on the back wall, and you see one teammate up here, so you need to give him some time to recover, which means that be the first man on the ball. Your other teammate, he's somewhere back here. He's probably trying to get down off the wall. He's going to have a faster recovery than this guy is. But if anything, at this point in time, you just need to try to buy time to help your teammates recover. Alright, so backing up again. Because you didn't immediately pressure this teammate right here, he decided to cut. That was fine because he did have more momentum in the first place to go for it. Now at the same time, that teammate right there, he shouldn't have gone for it. He should have just. Now as far as this pass right here, really want to be sure in comms that you're calling passing. Like he wasn't quite ready for whatever pass to him, and you can see that right here because he's trying to go off and get boost, and then he realized, oh, you passed. He starts turning back. So definitely make sure you're giving good comms and what you're doing. But here he has no boost. That's the only hit you really could have gotten. And yeah. Which I mean, That was a fine touch, but it would have been better if you would have tried to control it a bit more and kept it closer to you. So maybe not pre-jumping that read, but getting up a bit closer before you go up for it, just so you can make a more controlled touch. And I mean, still a fine touch nonetheless, but especially in a team environment, you want to emphasize possession instead of essentially playing ping pong back and forth with the other team. Touch. Follow. Now here, you kind of use some boost when you didn't really need to. If anything, if you feel like your teammate's about to, you know, get some sort of play out, start flipping, like do one flip and then tap boost a little bit. That'll get you about up to speed of what, you know. And you can see had 23, grabbed another pad, so you kind of stayed up there, so you would have had 36. So you would have had like 35. Definitely better to have at least, you know, 30 boost when you're trying to go off on offense. Albeit there are more pads if you were to stay down the middle. It still is in good practice to make sure you're not boosting when you don't need to. You can see right here, just talked about boost management. You just use 12 boosts to go grab another 12 boost pad, and you essentially ended up with 12. Came back with a didn't gain anything at all. And then even you can see right here, because that boost hasn't spawned yet, you now have 0 boost. So it's better to use your flips, especially when you have no boost, and especially as third man, you really shouldn't be boosting practically at all as third man. Use your flips. If you have enough boost, like around 50 something, you can, you know, tap it a little bit, but still you want to emphasize the use of your flips over anything. Now you can see you would have had 2 pads right here, so that would have been 24. As you're coming back in, you could have picked up another one right here. That would have been 36, and that would have been a lot better than 0. And even if you do come in, and see, you didn't even pick up that pad right there, so now you have 0 on the backboard instead of at least 24. And even then, you can see right here, you were making your priority to go for this boost. Realize that this guy is going to grab this boost, and it's not even worth trying to, you know, put yourself over there for. It's better for you to just try to pick up a couple pads and start moving upfield with your team instead of staying back a little bit too much. There, looks like a goal. So while you did get demoed right here, it's perfectly fine because you did grab that boost. So you've now boost starved him, and he can't really ball after that. No real threat. That was actually a really good pass from him, but blocked it. So here, try to get a lighter touch on this instead of trying to bang it. Then try to follow it up. So essentially some sort of air dribble. You could even save your flip and then try to flip it off to your teammate over here. After he grabs that boost, he'd be coming back in. So you could have started some sort of air dribble and then try to pass it off to him, and that honestly probably could have been a goal. I really ball to him fast enough and he was ready for it. That oh. Patience on your part. Now, at one point you do have to start going back, and this is one of those points, so start trying to rotate back, playing upfield a little bit too much. So once again, try to prioritize ball over boost. You know, despite you not having any boost right here, you essentially drove away from the ball. Well, it's fine because you left it for your teammate. Still could have maintained that pressure and possession of the ball rather than, you know, leaving it up to chance that, you know, one of them not behind you and ready for that ball that was rolling and beating your teammate. But yeah, just try to prioritize hitting that, grabbing this boost, because if anything, your teammate's rotating back and that back pad might not be there. So if the ball gets past you, well, at least you have a teammate all the way back with boost. I've been talking about boosts a lot. I really just want to emphasize how important it is overall. So, bit of a shaky aerial. Seems like you didn't take off that fast, and then you tried to follow it, but you really couldn't get another good hit. So it probably would have been better to just drop after you got that first hit. So yeah, super awkward situation for your teammate. Really, just try to help your teammate out, and it looks like you did, but you went up a little bit too slow. You want to try to be up a little bit sooner, just so you can be. This is a fairly easy read. You can see that it's bouncing down right there. Actually can be, or technically closer to it. Try to be a bit faster next time. Here, a bit of awkwardness in the rotations. You really want to either, at this point, cut your teammate off or file back in behind him. If I were you, what I would have done, I would have realized that this ball is bouncing right here and then coming back out. I would have grabbed these couple pads and went for it. Yeah, let's see if you got a good hit and it got past your teammate. You would have been in a very awkward spot to save it. Right there. Good patience on the bounce. Wait, might have bumped him. But either way, good job. Good job leaving that for your teammate. Pass, nobody's there though. Baked. So never try to go out of your way to get some sort of demo. You know, despite him, you know, just spawning, team doesn't have possession of the ball, and it's not worth going all the way out here to try to get some sort of demo. Yeah, once again, your teammates really didn't have ball possession. Had gotten past them, it would have been buddy there. A pretty long OT. Alright. So here you kind of pre-jumped this touch, or not really pre-jumped. You just jumped too early. You definitely had space and time to, you know, adjust your car better to get a better touch. If anything, you're looking for a touch that, you know, bounces off the wall and get behind the ball and get a good hit from here. That bounce off, especially this guy's out of the play. This guy's camping this boost, so he probably doesn't have much, and if the bounce is good enough, this guy probably wouldn't have been able to react to it fast enough, plus your teammate's kind of bumping him right now. But yeah, a touch like that, kind of risky, and you can see that dude wasn't able to immediately follow it, but he did recover. Got another touch. That was actually a good save from your teammate. Definitely calm there, and as a matter of fact, you should just let your teammate go for it. Not worth trying to beat someone to the ball when they're already up in the air, plus the fact that your teammate's already on the backboard, so they have the advantage compared to the person that just jumped off of the ground. So whenever you're trying to beat someone to the ball, if you can take the wall instead of doing an aerial, you're going to beat them every single time. Definitely keep that in mind. Plus, going back to boost management, it also saves on boost. Boink. So lots of hesitation. If you're ever not sure about something, just rotate back. Like if you feel like you can't get a good touch, just say I can't, rotate back, it'll notify your teammates, and they'll probably be in a better position. Good demo. Oh, if he didn't get that touch, that probably would have been a goal. It was a good shot on net attempt. Bunch of double commits happening right now. I can only assume it's because of the intensity of the situation. On the goal here in the next 30 seconds. Yep, passing play. Alright, so let's break it down at the end right here. Your teammate got a touch, completely gave up possession. He saw an opportunity, passed out to his teammate. Right here, look to cut this pass as soon as you can. You can more than likely get some sort of touch on it if you immediately turn and realize that this guy's going to get a touch. But you hesitate and goal. So my overall thoughts about this replay. Number one, definitely work on boost management. Use your flips a lot more. You know, boost a bit less. Second biggest thing, I saw aerials. A bit shaky on your aerials, so definitely keep working on them. You know, you want to be trying to do fast aerials instead of, you know, double jump aerials, especially at, you know, a rank like this. I'm gonna assume that this is some sort of league that you're playing in, a private match, so definitely work on your aerials. And then final thing, team awareness, making sure you're not cutting your teammates off. With team awareness, also team communication, especially in overtime. There's a lot of times that you guys were either overcommitting or double committing with each other, and you want to make sure that, you know, someone's calling to go for the ball and other people are explaining where they are on the field. So, and you want to keep it to short phrases as well, of course. You know, simple phrases like "I got it," "need boost," "going back," "I can't go." You know, you don't want to have full-on sentences or full-on conversations with your teammates. Just keep it simple, keep it clear, and yeah. But other than that, hope I was able to help you out. If you guys are interested in my coaching, you can find links in the description below. And have a great day, guys.